It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Thursday, August 13th, 2020 at 7 a.m.
Good
Feeling
morning.
boxed in again.
We are.
You are?
Boxed in, can't get out.
Yeah.
Terrible.
We
Bob's
do
the door's
have
over here.
Zador in the house, even though I'm on a set on for a Tuesday.
That's right. I told him that was what I
Running
just
out of
told Bob.
cameras.
I said set for it too. He goes, "Oh, go sit down." I'm like, "It doesn't matter."
Well, good morning and welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale off your host. Scooter's over here. Bob's over here. You can't see it. I'm all boxed in here. Can't get out. Help.
But you can hear him. He's in the background just making all sorts of kind of noises. It's fine.
I got to compliment Scooter for directing yesterday.
Yes, it did. It looked very good. Very good.
Each one of when you're looking at the screen, whether the camera's on myself or Scooter or Bob Zador or whoever, it's called an input. He had 51 live inputs yesterday for that show. We had Commissioner Johnny Key on with several of the superintendents, along with Rick Watts out of Marshall. And I thought, the discussion was really good. There was a lot of good information
There was.
out there
There
yesterday.
was.
So thanks.
But the production was excellent as well.
51 inputs.
Well, it was.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was.
Little challenging keeping the social distancing thing and everything, but it actually worked out. I mean, it did. I think it turned out really good for what we had and the situation. Everything.
I think it was good. I appreciate it. It's kind of like, what's he mean 51 inputs? Drop about 18 ball bearings on the concrete floor and go chasing them around. That's about what he had to do yesterday. So anyway, welcome.
It's like chasing you around.
I was just going to say, that's what Dale was doing, walking around the whole perimeter here.
Well, with the social distancing thing, and we followed everything, according to the guidelines.
For sure.
And I thought, well, I'll just sit over here because, and let Rick and everybody handle it. And I thought they did a good job, so I appreciate, the production work on that yesterday. Hey, I got to tell you about your hometown Sears store in Mountain Home, locally owned and operated. You can call them at 425-3191, your local hometown Sears store, the very best in home appliances, home entertainment, lawn care, tools, you name it, they've got it. Need a shop vac, a new drill, need a 9/16 wrench or a 12 millimeter, go to Sears. Craftsman tools, Husqvarna lawn care equipment, they've got Kenmore appliances, Whirlpool, KitchenAid. You got it made right there at Sears.
They've got everything for inside, outside the home, and they work on it all right here on site. They don't ship anything out. They can work on your appliances. They can work on your mowers, your weed eaters.
And they're local.
Yeah, and they're local. That is the big one. They are local.
They are local.
Good call there.
And, we talk about that, especially around Christmas with Bob here on Mondays with This Week in Real Estate. He talks local banks, local banks. This is just another, part of that equation.
It's all part of our local economy. I mean, those are dollars that are spent there, stay here. The employees
exactly right.
work here.
And they're reinvested here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't say enough good things about your local hometown Sears store. If you're in Ozark County, Missouri, Marion County, Arkansas, you could be in Izard County, Fulton County. We invite you to come on over and shop your hometown Sears store right here in Mountain Home. Jerry and the staff will bend over backwards to serve you, to help you. Let's talk a minute about that maintenance agreement.
Yeah, they got maintenance
175.
programs, and it's very, very reasonable. I think on your appliances, it's like 5 appliances for $175 a year. They come out and they clean it. They get them running efficient. And you'll notice a difference on your electric bill if you have a big refrigerator or freezer that's not running efficiently. They go through and check everything, make sure everything's clean and good. It also saves the life of your appliances.
You bet.
They do have maintenance agreements on your mowers and weed eater stuff as well.
You need that.
Your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East. You say, where's that? Up on the hill behind Wendy's, same parking lot as Orscheln's, out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. Your hometown Sears store, call them at 425-3191. Bob and I are enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing with 3 locations to serve you. Got Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, and of course, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. And can't say enough good things about them. I mean, Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations. 2 are drive-through, and they're ready to serve you at 7:04, according to the computer clock right here. 7:04 in the morning. You can go run by Bomber Boulevard or out at 62 East Plaza. They're out in front of Anytime Fitness. Mochas, lattes, frappuccinos,
Coffee.
Coffee, you know.
Regular coffee. Are
But
you
like
are
Mike
you just
told
a
me-
black
I
coffee?
walk in and I don't know all these sizes of bendays and booties and all this other nonsense. Can I get a medium black coffee with 2 ice cubes? That's all. That's all I want. I'm with, you know,
And
and
they're
unless
looking
they're
at
real,
you like,
unless
all
they're
right.
real big ice cubes. I just want little ice cubes.
and
Just
they're
something.
looking at you saying, "All right, what's
Yeah,
the rest?" you know?
and
Have you ever been in the line and somebody goes up there? Okay, I want this kind of coffee with 2 shots of this, a shot of this. I need to heat it to 120 whatever degrees, and I need. It's like,
Sometimes
where do you learn?
yeah,
this?
how did you
many?
possibly
120.3.
discover that? Yeah, right. It's
So-
like, can you top this? You know, yeah.
The bottom line is Brewed Awakening coffee. If you want it made perfectly, go to Brewed Awakening.
And they got little
Coffee.
snacks over there as
They
well.
do, yeah, they do.
And they do have all your foo-foo coffee too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mike
they
told
have.
me,
sure.
he says, we are real coffee.
That's right.
Real
That's
coffee.
right.
If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations. I invite you to visit them today. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Here in town, you can talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, and Chris. There's 29 in the state of Arkansas, Roller Funeral Homes in the state, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. This group over here do a great job. What else can I say? With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Caring, loving, understanding, passionate. They'll help you get through a very rough time, and it is a tough time when you have to worry about the death
Certainly.
of a loved one or a friend or whatever it may be.
They have a calling for what they do.
They
And
have
I
to.
tell anybody, you want to know the difference between Roller Funeral Home, just go over there and talk to one of them.
Sure.
Seriously. I mean, they have such a passion for what they do.
Yep.
And they, you know, we look at it as, you know, they deal with a tough job, and they do.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't look at it that way. They're looking at, oh, we just help people.
Right.
That's what
Right.
they're there to do.
This is my job. This
Yeah.
is what I do.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
mean, they just have their heart and their calling for it. So.
Yep. When we say with all our respect, I say it every day, it's not just a graphic we put on the screen for you to read. It's just how they do business on a daily basis across the state. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 12 of the Holy Scriptures, it says this, "For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers, but the face of the Lord is against them that do evil." Well, Lord, we live in a society that kills an unborn child with a political party that applauds that act. We have adults that sexually abuse children. We have men that beat their wives. We have issues with drugs and addictions. Lord, have it become so distant from the holy word of God that we start to accept evil? Lord, in these days of riots, looting, plus a virus during an election year tends to make things a bit tense. Lord, I pray you lead us back to your words, your truth, your commands. Bring our nation back to God is my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
Here it
just
comes.
for Bob, dun, 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 the weather.
Okay, yeah. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net is where we can take a look at the beautiful
It's better than it
weather.
was. It didn't look like that when I left. It was
Yeah.
it was foggy
Fogged
this
in,
morning.
yeah.
I looked when
It's
I got
moist.
here
I
this
mean,
morning. I'm like, oh, no.
it's truly weather you can wear out there today.
Boy, I tell you, looking at the White River.
Well, that came up.
the,
It's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, looking good. Looking into from Marion County, Arkansas into Baxter County, Arkansas, separated by the White River, the 62-412 bridge on the left side of the screen. Then you can see the little baseball park, railroad museum area there in Cotter, Arkansas. Got a lot of fine folks in Cotter, a lot of good friends there, great little town. It's a good little town.
It is.
I
It
really
is
like
indeed.
Cotter. It's
It's
good
growing.
town. It is.
It's growing.
And you can go to RetireToArkansas.net and you can look at the White River throughout the day. You can take pictures of it, share it with friends, use it as a screensaver backdrop. But while you're there, be sure to check out all the listings, not only with the Z Team, for what everything listed with Century 21 Lemac Realty has to offer. And you'll notice a little place there says MLS number and it's blank. Well, you can see a publication from some others and type in that MLS number and it will give you that listing.
And we do, and the whole MLS is on. If you go in and you just start to search, it does
That whole
all of
catalog
any
is on there.
property that's in Paragon, which is our search engine for MLS here. It's in there, so that's a good
bet.
thing. You can, and by the same token, we can be your buyer's agent. If you drive by and you see a sign from another company, and you go, "Oh,
Yeah.
what about that house?" Give us
Yeah.
a call. We are buyer's agents for people all the time.
You bet. The team is assembled and ready to serve you today, from Mountain View, Arkansas to Mountain View, Missouri, back down to Marshall, Arkansas, up into Gainesville, and everywhere in between. The Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs, and they bring you the morning weather this morning. Right now, we are looking at 73 in Mountain Home, 69 in Harrison, 72 at Batesville, 72 at Salem, 73 at Calico Rock and Flippin, 70 at Marshall, 72 at West Plains, 69 in St. Louis, 73 at Poplar Bluff, 70 in Springfield, 68. 5 degrees difference between here and Watford City, to put that in contrast with north to south. Not bad. The national map, we've got showers in North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, around the Richmond, Virginia area, just to the west of Washington, D.C., it looks like. A little bit off the I-95 coastline there. A little bit down in Jackson, Mississippi, back up to Memphis. Then in Arkansas, Missouri, not much going on yet. I don't know if we're going to get this. I think it's moving more south.
Put it in motion.
There it goes. I don't think this is going to get to us today. So you can see it's up in mid-central Kansas right there. Is it moving?
Yeah, but when you move the screen, it's got to reset.
It's got to reset, right.
The motion, yeah.
So you can see the motion of that. So it's going to be probably 100 to 120 miles west of us with the rain that's going on. Yeah. Now I'm going to zoom in a little tighter on Arkansas so we can see exactly what's going on. Check those highways. Highway 412 and 62 in northwest Arkansas at I-49 going to be affected. Most of I-49 at I-40 will be affected throughout the morning. Other than that, not much else going on in the state of Arkansas. I-40 east of Little Rock in good shape. Highway 65 from Little Rock to Branson could have some shower activity on it as well. A little bit on Interstate 55 and 40 in the east part of the state around the West Memphis area. And then if you're going north on 55 towards Blytheville. And I-30 to Texarkana with no problems there. Moving on up into Missouri, just a little bit of the shower activity hitting extreme southern Missouri, if any falling at all. Most of the highways there are clear. I-49, I-44, I-70, 55, everything looking good there. Southern Illinois, we've got I-70 looking good. I-64 to Mount Vernon out of East St. Louis, Illinois. Everything good around Cairo, Illinois, Paducah, Kentucky. Looking pretty good right there. National map, we do have just a hint of a heat advisory in extreme southwest Arkansas. Just about 3 or 4 counties down there. Other than that, Texas and Oklahoma and northwestern Louisiana with some heat advisories for the day, as well as in South Dakota. 7-day forecast today, high of 88, patchy fog, then sunny, storms the afternoon, 30% chance drops to a 20% chance. Friday, 90 degrees, 93 on Saturday, 90 on Sunday, and then we go into a cooler mode, 88 on Monday. Not bad. They say we got cooler, drier air coming like we did earlier.
Days are getting shorter.
Days are getting shorter.
You get up in the morning. I mean, really see, because I don't
really,
do it every day.
Yeah.
You know, at 5:30, yeah. And I get up. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah, there's a big difference. Yeah,
and it's
a
quick.
lot of difference between
quick.
July 1 and the 13th of August.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's always dark outside when I get up.
Well,
yeah. Using that 5:30 as a marker gives me a little better idea.
There you go.
Oh, everything in Arkansas highway-wise is looking good there. Missouri Department of Transportation, same thing. Reminder for those visiting the Twin Lakes area, Highway 201 in Arkansas turns to Highway J in Missouri, and they're working on the Lick Creek Bridge. So if you need to go to Springfield from Mountain Home, use Highway 5 North. If you need to go to West Plains or Rolla, Missouri, use Highway 101. Save you a
but if
bit
you're a
of time.
felon trying to get away from the police, stay right there.
Wait at the bridge.
201's done a great job with that.
201's a great road to take to escape to Missouri.
Bull Shoals Lake at 683.78. It's 24.78 feet above 659, the normal pool. Norfolk at 568.03. It's 16 feet above 552. Our good old buddy coronavirus, there's 99% in the world are mild condition with only 1% out of 20,837,000, 64,584 are serious or critical. On the state scene right now, 51,000 total cases, 6,725 active cases with 573 passing away, 43,816 recoveries. On the 6-county scale, Baxter, Marion, Searcy, Stone, Izard, and Fulton, we have tested positive 314. This is out of 104,900 people. They've tested 10,464. 314 came back positive. Only 73 out of the 6-county area are active with 239 recovered. Recovery rate in the 6-county area is the recovery rate is 76%. Your active to positive is only 23%, and the active to the population is 0.0007%. So in the north central
of
Arkansas
those
portion,
73 actives,
73.
how many of them are hospitalized, do we know?
Haven't heard.
Okay, I was just
I
curious.
haven't heard.
Because, I mean, that gives an idea of severity.
Yesterday, and I didn't catch it as far as that goes in the hospitalizations. So
I was just curious, because that would give you a matter of severity.
Yeah.
You know.
I will say this, being we're on Corona, the turkey trot has been canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turkey
And
trot.
same as
Bridge
Bash
Bash, yeah,
was
all
canceled.
that's canceled.
Yeah.
Oil prices today, U.S. crude oil is at 42.898, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average yesterday closed at 27.976. We're almost back to where it was before the virus hit us. It was up 289.93, closed at 27.976.84. That's as of 5:10 Eastern Time yesterday. Morning updates, the weather, and all good things brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Got another call in today. We've got Doyle Webb, chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas, waiting on him to call in through his iPad. So we're going to take a break. Oh, you got to communicate?
No. We're good.
Be right back. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredarkansas.net.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because they don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Oh, and we are back, and look who we've got. Look at this, Doyle Webb. Hey, man, how you been?
Live and in person. That's right.
Chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas. Good to see you, sir.
Always good to see you all. Wish I was up there live and in person.
Well, tell you what, I got a nice real estate guy sitting right here. He can find you a nice piece of retirement property right here and let you come on up, bud.
Well, you know, I'd rather deal with his wife.
He's a smart guy. I had to go to her to get his number.
So what's going on, Mr. Chairman?
How we doing?
Good. Doing well, thank you. You?
I'm doing very well. We've been working hard at the party. A lot of things going on. A lot of litigation going on some issues, and got some great candidates running. So we're excited to get this year going, and we're glad to get Biden fleshed out. You know, starting to get that all fleshed out. So that's important.
You know, I got to mention, I had Gary Tobar from District 55. He's a candidate for District 55, Mississippi County. You know, the I-55 corridor there from Blytheville to Osceola. He's an outstanding gentleman with some great ideas if they will just listen.
He is a good candidate. This will be the second time for him to run. We support him. He is a great spokesman for our ideals and beliefs. Rick Crawford's been up there. Senator Bozeman has been up there. We'll go up and support him a lot. We've made a lot of inroads in Mississippi County. We have a Republican county judge. We have a lot of Republicans elected in that county.
Okay, I'm going to let Bob's got a whole list of stuff we got to cover, Mr. Chairman.
Well, no, we were talking. When we spoke a week ago, you were talking about some of these ballot initiatives, and I thought if maybe we could help people understand a little bit what's going on with this process and how important it is to work your way down the ballot and vote on these things.
That's correct. And I'm glad to go through them. Do you want me just to start out and
take the ball and run, Della?
And let me say, some of these, the party does not have a position on, but my goal and the party's position is to make sure the voters are informed when they vote. So let's start there, and I'm not going to give a number because sometimes they get confusing when you give a number. There is a proposed ballot initiative, and I believe it's number 3, but I don't want to confuse people, that is referred out by the legislature. That means a majority of the legislature has sent it out for a vote, which will make it more difficult to amend the Constitution, both by the legislature and by the public. We believe we have a good Constitution, a good state Constitution, but it's too easy to amend it. And now we're seeing a lot of out-of-state interests come in and try to take advantage of Arkansans. And so what this would do, it would increase the vote that is required in the legislature to refer out an amendment from a majority to a 60% vote. It would also require, if it's initiated by the public, it would require a large percentage of signatures from 45 of the 75 counties rather than just 15 of the 75 counties. Okay, so once again, not to keep things from passing that are needed, but let's be more responsible about how we amend the Constitution. As you know, there was a proposal when I spoke last to put more casinos in Arkansas, put 14 more casinos, and that had was about to get on the ballot easily. They withdrew the proposal, and that proposal is now gone. It will not be voted on. That would be for 14 more casinos, as many as we have lawyers and used car dealers in Arkansas. Lord, we can't have that going on, okay?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I'm looking here. I just ran the percentages. 15 of the 75 counties, only 20%. We're at 60% now with the 45. Wouldn't it make more sense to have 60%?
Well, we want to make sure that everybody's in favor of this stuff. Although it's kind of like it reminds me of the Electoral College, where you would have a small number of states without the Electoral College. Yeah. A small number of states could swing the whole election. That's what you've got with the 15%.
California, Texas, places like
that.
That's
right. And it's one of those, it takes into consideration the Pope County issue, in which Pope County overwhelmingly voted against casinos, but the state voted to put a casino in Pope County. So it tries to bring in more of the population into that process. Once again, I support our Constitution. I do not support people coming in out of state trying to change our Constitution for their own personal gain.
Nope.
And you'll hear about that in just a moment on a couple of the matters. The next one, and y'all interrupt me at any time, okay?
Are you doing
do I
even
even have to do that? I don't think so, okay? All right, the next one concerns term limits. And we've seen a lot of juggling around on term limits. People that are aware of term limits know that we have extended the terms up to 16 years. In other words, you can serve up to 16 years in the state house and or the state senate. In other words, it's a cumulative term limit. It used to be 8 years. Well, that is a permanent term. In other words, once you serve, you can never go back and serve again. Well, what this proposal does, and I believe it's number 2, referred to you by the legislature, Republican legislature, it would change the term from 16 years to 12 years. In other words, you could serve a cumulative of 12 years in both houses. The 2-year term in the Senate would count in your 12 years, but the change would be if after a 4-year layout, you could come back and run again.
Yeah.
The thinking there is while it's unfair for it to be a permanent term limit, and in some areas of the state, we do not have a deep bench, it's believed, of people to serve. Now, I think it will be difficult to come back and serve because normally new people move in, new people get elected. But if someone was an outstanding legislator, like I know Bob Zadora would be an outstanding legislator, he would be able to overwhelmingly be brought back in and reelected. So,
well, we could see that, like with, say, for example, Scott Flippo. When he times out, he could very easily come back in a few years. And you're right, it depends on how deep the pool is. In some places, you're right, the pool is not deep at all.
And sometimes, we use this term, sometimes legislators are furniture, okay? They're just there. They're like the furniture on the Titanic, okay? Well, some legislators are leaders, and they make a difference. And
yes.
The public realizes that. They want to put them back on. So it gives you that opportunity to send someone. But it also reduces it from 16 years to 12, which we think the public will like that.
Yep.
Well.
But let me throw this idea out. Everybody says we do have term limits, and it's called my vote. But if you've got the incumbent that's been there and been very popular, are we dealing with the people's choice here?
Yeah.
I mean, let's say that Senator Flippo had a challenger on the Democratic Party. We have our choice to vote. Either or.
Sure.
And I'd always support Senator Flippo.
Of course.
I was in the state senate. I was term limited at 8 years. I wish I could have served 12. I won't go back. I don't plan on going back. I have a great life, and I serve the public in a different way.
Yes,
but
you do.
8 years was too short back when we had that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Probably the most controversial proposal on the ballot. Once again, the Republican Party, does not take a position on this. There's Republicans on both sides of this issue. This concerns highway funding. Presently, and this is referred out for a vote in November. Presently, you pay a half-cent sales tax on everything that sales tax is applied to help fund highways. A portion of that goes to the state, a portion goes to the cities, and a portion of it goes to the counties for highways. What this does, and that half-cent sunsets, okay? What this proposal would do is make that half-cent permanent. If anything is permanent, it would make it permanent. It would write it into the Constitution. Here's the positive. It does not allow this money to be bonded or financed. So the public would not pay financing charges on construction projects. It would be a pay-as-you-go collection of the tax. Okay. The negative on this is, well, a couple. It's in the Constitution. It's permanent. And I think, as Nelda Speaks said, a lot of times you don't hear from the highway department until they want something. And if you make the tax permanent, the highway department may not be as responsive to the legislature as we would want them to be. Now, there's pros and cons. It's the most controversial because it deals with the tax, but it doesn't increase the tax, and it just makes the tax permanent. It's in the Constitution so that we can avoid the bonding issue, and will require it to be pay-as-you-go.
Now, I've got another positive for you, Mr. Chairman, the fact that Arkansas is a huge tourist attraction. And, when people come in, and of course, Bob knows firsthand, you see license plates from everywhere right here in north central Arkansas. Of course, on I-40, I-30, you're going to get them. Somebody's going to stop by gasoline. They're going to stop maybe buy a hamburger at a fast food joint. People spend money in Arkansas. That, too, goes in to help support the roads with this. Now, I've talked with some elected leaders that said that because it had the sunset clause, perhaps we need to let that settle in, the sunset clause, and come back and redo it, because that way it looks like we were lying when we put the sunset clause in it for 2023. My take on it is I've got to support it personally. I'll just claim independent here. I support it because I've seen the results here in North Arkansas with some of the improvements already.
Sure. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And this isn't a party issue, Doyle, right? I mean, this isn't a party issue at all. So
that's correct.
It was partisan. It was a partisan move.
As we would say, some people in the Republican Party are for it. Some people in the Arkansas Republican Party are against it, and I'm just with the people of the Party of Arkansas. Okay,
there you go.
So
yes, sir.
Now let me say the other thing about this, and I don't believe you ever have enough money for infrastructure. Okay, I just don't believe you do. But the public has got to decide: is this the route they want to go? And Dale, you make a very good point. This helps people passing through our state and stopping and getting a hamburger, or tourists helping to pay for our roads and infrastructure as well. So that's the highway funding issue.
And I think that we here do a much better job. That when I go back to Chicago to see Mom, and you get on 55 going north, and there's 8 miles of barrels to block off a lane that, where they're doing something. Whereas we don't do that here. I see the road guys come out, they park a pickup truck on a little angle, and they put the 4-way flashers on, and they take care of the job. And I can't speak to the big, obviously you got the bigger projects down in Little Rock and in Benton, but the areas down there, it's a little, but you still don't have that where you're paying $3 a barrel a day, to, and you get that waste. We don't have as much of that waste here. We're much more efficient. And I use here because now I'm here. And you know, I see more of that. And I think that that's an important part.
We've never had the luxury of a lot of money. And I think we're more conservative in what you're saying. We probably build roads better, I think.
I think so. You can feel it.
Work ethic.
You can feel it.
That's right. The other thing that isn't tied to this, but it was implemented by the legislature, those who own electric cars,
yes,
their license fee has increased due to the fact that they would not be paying as much for gasoline
for the fuel tax.
They would be okay.
Yep.
All right.
Let's grab a quick break
Other
here. Hang with us.
Quick break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
No problem. Let's make some money.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we have installed a convenient drive-through window for all your to-go and pickup orders. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and ask us about our daily specials for a low price to feed the whole family. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
(7:39), continuing our discussion with Doyle Webb, Chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas. And we need to pick up where we left off. We just got finished with highway funding, and that proposal will be on the ballot in November.
Yes, let's, and I'm enjoying this. Y'all are great. The next two are initiated amendments, which are being funded by Texas billionaires who have put over $3 million to try and get these on the ballot in Arkansas. Okay, so let me lay the foundation with that. These were not initiated by the public in Arkansas. These were pushed by Texas billionaires. One of them involves redistricting. As you know, every 10 years after the census, the State Board of Apportionment, which is made up of the governor, the Secretary of State, and the Attorney General, draw the legislative districts in the state. And the legislature draws the congressional districts in the state. 10 years ago, we saw a lot of play with that. The Democrats were in control of that. We Republicans were on the move, and their goal was to try and stop the Republicans from gaining control of this state. You'll remember that they drew this, what they called the Fayetteville finger, trying to take Fayetteville into South Arkansas. And then if you look at some of the districts, they're very, they appear clearly to be gerrymandered. Well, their intent, they had the intent, but it didn't work. The conservative move, the Republican move in Arkansas was too strong for what Governor Beebe and Dustin McDaniel were trying to do. Mark Martin was trying to stop it. So they didn't succeed at that. We became overwhelmingly Republican, and now we have a Republican governor, a Republican Secretary of State, and a Republican Attorney General, and that's no longer good enough. And this comes from the Obama people as well, trying to let's redraw districts to permanently make Congress Democratic. Okay? So you've got people that are Obama supporters, highly funded, doing this. What this would do is change, no longer would the governor, the Secretary of State, and the Attorney General or the legislature be involved in this process. We would not have elected people. We would have, this is very kind of confusing, but you would advertise, and you'd have a pool of Republicans, you'd have a pool of Democrats, and you'd have a pool of independents or whatever they're called. And the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court would appoint 3 retired judges to make sure those people were who they said they were. Okay? They're Democrats, they're Republican, or they're independent. Now, let me say this kind of quickly. No federal, state, city, or county official could be in the pool. No appointed federal or state official could ever be in the pool. No lobbyist, no officer of a political party, okay, could ever be in the pool. No employee of a registered lobbyist, and no one related by blood, marriage, spouse, child, parent, or sibling of any of the foregoing could be in the pool. Okay?
Goodness.
I use this as an example. BB has been out of office for 5 years. He could actually be in the pool. He could sign up and be in the pool. Mike Huckabee, if he were still a resident of the state, could not be in the pool because his daughter served in the Trump administration. So that's how crazy this is. Now,
well, but they know that, Doyle. That's the whole thing.
Right.
These retirees would all be Democrats because age-wise, that's where it would be. They would all be Obama-era people.
That's right. That's right. Or even before, back when they used to sign a loyalty oath in the Democrat Party that they would only support and work for Democrats. Okay? But once we get these 3 pools, then magically we put them in the magic hat, and we draw out 3 names from each of the pools. Okay, 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats, and 3 independents or basket weavers or whatever you want to call them. And if any one of those is in the same district with other ones, same congressional district, they would be put back in the hat, or taken out of the hat, I guess, and they would redraw. They keep drawing until each of the 3 are from a different congressional district. Now, there would be no accountability. You couldn't remove these people. They would never be up for election. They would never be running for anything to be accountable. And the constitutional amendment mandates the legislature to appropriate at least $750,000 to run this process and to pay for the redistricting. Okay? So, once again, if we hadn't elected all these Republicans, they wouldn't be trying to change the system.
Of course not. Of course not.
The system's been in place since the early 1900s. It's always been drawn by Democrats. If there was ever gerrymandering, and there was, it was drawn by Democrats. The Republicans are not at fault. So we Republicans are clearly against changing the redistricting process.
Let's put a no vote right there. Okay.
That's a hell no vote. Okay, that's a hell no. Okay. I don't know. I may have got bleeped on that. Now, if you, as someone said, that one's so simple. Let me give you one that's a little bit more simple. Okay?
Oh, great. Here we go.
This is
okay? Yeah, wait till you hear this.
Mind-numbing.
This is called jungle. Well, they call it open primaries, but it's really jungle primaries and ranked choice voting. Okay, we actually have open primaries today. A Democrat can vote in the Republican primary, a Republican can vote in the Democratic primary. What this would do, as funded by the Texas billionaires, we would no longer have a party primary for legislative or statewide offices. You would go to the Secretary of State's office and you're wanting to run for governor, and Bob Zadora says, I'm a libertarian, or I'm a Democrat, or I'm a Democrat, Republican, libertarian. He could declare his own party if he wanted to, and he signs up to run for governor. Okay? Well, as many people as want to run for governor sign up. Okay? Let's say we got 15 on there. Let's say we got 10 Republicans and 5 Democrats. Okay? The parties have no control over who claims their name.
Oh, see, that's terrible. Terrible.
No. Now, we could say we don't support someone, but we can't stop them from using the name. Okay? Ooh. All right. Now, so then we have what's called a primary, but it's not a party primary, in May. And all these 15 people are on the ballot. All right? Well, the top 4 are selected. This is just like Louisiana. Okay? The top 4 are selected. Even if someone gets more than 50%, the top 4 still move to the November election. Okay? The top 4. Okay? You got 3 Republicans and you got a Democrat. Okay? Or we think they're Republicans. They could be Democrats in Republican clothing.
Sure.
All right? Okay, so the 4 run. All right? So now we're headed, no one gets 50%. Okay? No one gets majority. So what happens at that point at the November election? The one that came in 4th, his name is removed. And while you were voting, you ranked these 4 people. Here's my most favorite. Here's my second favorite, third favorite, fourth favorite. So the 4th one is removed, and you look and see who is the second favorite that people who voted for number 4 wanted, and you assign his vote to that ranked person.
Doyle, you've been in politics almost all your adult life. And the fact that you're having so much difficulty trying to explain this just really shouts out how convoluted, and that these Texas millionaires should stay in Texas and do what they do there.
Go pump oil.
This is amazing.
Yeah, let me say you're exactly right. How do you explain this to people in Arkansas when they walk in to vote? I'm not even sure. We're pretty sure that our machines will not do this, that we will have to have reprogramming or new machines. All right. Now, let me go a little bit further. Let's say no one got a majority vote off the 4th runner-up. Okay. Well, you go to the 3rd runner-up and you see who voted, who was his second choice, who was he the second choice for, and you assign his votes to somebody. Well, at that point, hopefully someone gets a majority. A couple of problems. One, there's no provision if there's a tie vote, okay? So we don't know what to do that. The other thing, if you think about it, in state, legislative, and constitutional races, it's a plurality vote in Arkansas. It's not a majority vote. And a matter of fact, that's requiring the majority vote could be in violation of the Civil Rights Act, which requires the plurality vote. So That's probably one of the minor things. It's just the complexity of this and the fact that you have a jungle primary. The parties are cut out of it. And let me throw you in one more conflicting thing that would be interesting. This wouldn't be true of county races. County races, we would still have a party primary. So you would be voting party primaries on some of these things, and some of these things you wouldn't be. So,
goodness.
I appreciate the observation that I'm having difficulty explaining. Okay? We are a no on open primary ranked choice voting. Vote no for the Texas billionaires. Okay,
there you go.
Goodness.
Those are the proposals.
But see, it goes back to the change in the Constitution, trying to get the 60% instead of the 20%, because look what just happened.
That's exactly right. And they're trying to buy Arkansas. They say, they're not saying this, but in effect, they're saying, you stupid old hillbillies, you don't know what's best for you. We've made money off Enron and hedge funds. We know what's best, and we're going to change Arkansas to do it this way. No other state has these combinations of things.
And so they decided to use us as like a petri dish to see if they could get us to do it, then they can branch this out into other states.
Well, once again, because it's so easy to get something on the ballot here, and it's less expensive to run a race, we don't use a petri dish. We say that they're treating us like lab rats.
Okay, that works too. Yeah. That works too.
I tell you want to go ahead and take a break now, or you want? Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll close out the show. We're going to take a couple-minute break. We'll be right back, Doyle. All right?
No problem. I'll
be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is, Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service. Small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
And we're back, closing out the program with Doyle Webb, Chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas, along with Bob Zadora. We got about 4 minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Well, let me tell you, I'm prepared. This has been great. I wish more communities did this. Y'all are always good at keeping the people informed, and your people want to be informed, and that's important. Let me tell you, I'm preparing to go to the hybrid Republican convention next week to renominate our president. We all have to take a COVID test before we get on the plane, before we go into North Carolina. I just got my results, and I am normal. And I'm going to tell my wife
Is that what it is? I was just going to say, I think it just says that you're not active. I don't think it says you're normal. I don't think they make that decision with the COVID test. I think there's others more important.
It says normal on it, so I'm going to.
Oh, does it? Oh, well, then you should run with that. Then you should run with that. And you hold a real position there as well, right?
What's that?
You hold a real position within there.
Yeah, I am the general counsel for the convention and the chairman of the credentials committee, which the convention can't start till the credentials committee meets, and we certify all the delegates. We have one contest. So I have enjoyed being of service to the party, and will enjoy. This will be my 11th convention to go to.
Good for you.
And I'm counting on our ticket carrying the day in November.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We pray for that. Believe me, after seeing this fiasco that's going on the other side.
It's crazy.
Well, it just confirms Biden has sold out to the left, to the radicals, and whether you call her Kamala or Camilla, it's just proof certain of where that ticket is, and we know that America does not need to go in that direction. That President Trump has done a great job. He's not a professional politician, thank goodness. He has done a great job with getting our economy up and going, and we'll get it up and going again, reducing regulation, largest tax cut, lowest unemployment. Who could have ever thought that one individual could have accomplished what he has accomplished in 3 years?
Boy, that's the truth.
Trump, Pence.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun there. You know, almost envious get to go to the convention. That'd be fun.
Are they going to have a real convention? Is there a floor convention there?
Well, there'll be 360 some odd people. There's 6 people from each state. It will be live streamed. You can watch this. We will actually carry the proxies, the 6 of us from Arkansas, which are the governor is chairman of the delegation, then the 3 national committee people, Jonathan Barnett, John L. Fulmer, myself, and then the Attorney General and J.D. McGee are both Credentials Committee members, and they're part of the 6-member delegation. We will cast Arkansas's 40 votes for the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Running out of time, Mr. Chairman. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Your final thoughts, about 30 seconds.
I'll be glad to come back in the future. Y'all are always informational, always treat us very fairly, and y'all have a great day. Enjoy the weather, the heat up in the hills there.
And we'll see you on September 12th for the Reagan dinner.
Yes, I will be there for the Reagan dinner. We are not going to have a Reagan dinner at the state level on the 18th. Tell your wife, but I will be at your dinner up in Marion County on the river.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gaston's on the river.
Yeah, we'll see you
there.
Great.
Thank you, Dale. Have a safe trip. Safe trip.
Thanks, Dale. Bye-bye. That pretty well wraps it up. I mean, pretty good. Can't beat that.
Well, it's good. You got to, we want to be people to be informed and make good informed decisions.
That's right.
And I talk about that with the real estate all the time. That's my job, is to give you the information. You make your own choices, and that's what we do.
Got to say goodbye. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.